Hello, everybody, and welcome to our YouTube channel.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone, to the Far Side Pod. This is where we bring you match reactions across all competitions in Europe. And today we'll be talking about Arsenal's win against Bayern Leverkusen. And with me in the studio is Obina, a diehard Arsenal fan, and I remain your host, Osas. Obina, how does it feel to be in the Champions League quarterfinal?
It feels great. It feels really, really good. It was a it was a night of really spectacular goals, and
Hmm.
every every goal as it went in just shows how much the team has grown and has come along in the season. Is it
Mm-hmm.
today? It's fantastic. Rice, that goal, beautiful call. So I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling very ecstatic. We're still in four competitions, a lot of nerves, but once that first goal went in, you could see the team start to really layer in and start to come along, start to bring together all of their strengths, and they were able to seal a very good victory. But yeah,
Yeah, that's
I feel very
that
good.
that's a good one. So, tell me about the game. What were your thoughts? What did you think Arteta got right in this game that he didn't do in the 1-1 draw a week ago?
Yeah, sure. I think first of all, I have to give big kudos to Leverkusen. In the first leg,
Mm,
Leverkusen they were very well organized. They
mm-hmm,
they set up very well. They all work hard as a team.
mm-hmm,
They defend very well. Our setup last game, it was kind of okay. We're not adventurous, and I think that's something that
mm,
happens with when you're playing the first leg away from home. You can't just go and play gung ho. You're just trying to you want to try and score an attack. When there's a second leg, you can always control your performance. We went there. We were not trying to force the initiative. Leverkusen, try and do whatever you want to do. Like, come and
yeah.
attack. And if you attack, you will open up some space and then we'll score.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Same formation as the last time, but this time we made a few changes. So we had Trossard. Trossard just came back from injury, so he was on the left.
yeah.
So it was Trossard on the left, and then I think that was probably that was the only change that happened. Yes, and then Timber was also out, so Ben White came in. So Ben White, who has also not been very fit for I think 2 weeks now, came on to them. So
Yeah.
he played as right back today. So at home, we were at home. We had a lot of possession, and so we controlled the game most of for large parts of it.
Mm,
Up until the first goal that Eze scored today, I think it was a pretty it was a new it was a fair game. Like, it was, we would have possession, have a few shots. Even the commentator said that we're having lots of possession, having shots, but they were not shots that we were
mm,
really testing the goalkeeper. And
yeah.
Leverkusen, will have possession. They barely had any clear chance, like barely had any chance. Kudos to our
Mm.
defense. Our defense well marshaled again
You have the
with
best
Gabriel and
defense in
Saliba.
Europe,
Like, it's
of
just
course.
insane. But
It's
that goal from Izzy
impenetrable.
was just fantastic. Like,
Yeah,
when that ball was bouncing, I'm like, I know he's going to hit it from there, but I was not sure of how
yeah.
of whether it to be accurate or not. But when that ball went in, top
That
bins,
was
it was a banger. It was a fantastic goal. Eze Eze has come into his own as an Arsenal player, and
I agree.
something that people are always mentioning is that towards the end of the season, you see the best version of Eze. So we are seeing that
Interesting.
version of Eze now. Eze now, the Eze that took Crystal Palace to the FA Cup
Yeah,
title last season, he's doing
yeah,
it for us, hopefully across all competitions. And then second half, we continued playing and pressing.
yeah.
And then Rice scored a beautiful goal again. So I think overall, fantastic
Hmm.
game from the team. We made lots of substitutions, just try to like rest players and try to like get them ready for the final against Man City, a match
Yeah,
that I hope and believe that, look, if we can beat Man City, it can truly give these boys,
The
some kind of
confidence.
like
Yeah.
confidence, just that confidence, like, okay, you know what, we've won a trophy now, we can go on, press on, win every other title that is that this season still has in play for
Yeah.
them. So fantastic game. Tactically, I think we were fine. We were solid, defended well. They had a very good chance, one or two good chances, but Raya pulled off an insane save. Raya, man, hats off to you.
Yeah, no,
You're
Raya,
top
Raya has
top.
been he's been a very very consistent player for us now.
Yeah.
So I want to stay a bit on the easy go. That was a very fantastic one take from him.
Yeah.
And looking at a couple of weeks back, the commentary on Easy and how he wasn't really getting his mojo and all of that. What do you think has changed from his gameplay? It's like he's hitting the form where whenever they talk about Izzy and the Tottenham game and how he scores a lot of goals and has his best of games when he says Tottenham. So what do you think has really changed with his gameplay? He's become more consistent in the team,
Yes.
but what do you think has changed from the Izzy we knew a month ago that we're criticizing? Right?
When I look at Eze today, and I see someone that is now understanding how we actually play. There are two parts to Eze's story so far with Arsenal. When Eze
Mm-hmm.
first came in, we wanted that person, that X factor, that person that could take the ball and just do something very special and kind of score. And then the second part was, where will he play? Is he going to play on the left? Is he going to
Left,
play
yeah,
centrally? So you could see in the beginning of the season when we first brought him in, his first position was on the left. He played on the left, I think, against Nottingham
yeah,
Forest. And then later on, when Odegaard had an injury, they brought him into the middle. And so this is where we started having a challenge as Arsenal fans. Yes, Eze had great games against Tottenham. In fact, we used to joke that if you want Eze to do well, just tell him before the match that you're playing Tottenham, and then he will come in and he will score goals.
yeah. I
But the
know, I
problem,
know.
the one of the issues that Eze was having was his off the ball
Mm,
work. Eze wasn't pressing very well
mm,
with the team. So there's a way we press, and if you don't press properly, you can leave gaps in behind that can lead
behind,
to
yeah,
chances. So he was not doing that properly. I think he had that problem. Even Madweke had that problem. He was having that issue, and you see some games, Declan Rice would even be shouting at him that, "Oh, press this guy or press." So because I think there was even a game, I think Aston Villa match where we lost. That was our, I think, second loss of the season, where he didn't track a run behind him, and because
mm,
he didn't track that run, Matty Cash went behind and then scored. Because
mm-hmm,
of that defensive lapse, knowing how Ateta likes his team to like everyone should be switched on defensively. Eze didn't do that, and that affected his place in the team. But he has
mm,
come back. He has learned how to press as it. He has learned how to press with the team. He's now working very hard. He's now tracking runs. And knowing that Ateta is a very control conscious person, once you have nailed that part very well, knowing that you've nailed that part very well, Eze is now being allowed to flourish, because
yeah. I was gonna
now
say that,
it's no
yeah.
more he's no more second guessing what he needs to do. He's no longer,
Do
when he
yeah,
receives the ball and he loses the ball, he knows now that he should put in that effort to run back and help. So once he has gotten those basics, those are the basics that he has finally fixed.
I
He's
see.
now able to flourish, and all of his strengths, his ability to shoot from
So
distance, pass, those intricate passing, those one-touch moves, we're now seeing everything. So he has really fixed up, and now we're seeing the Eze that hopefully and fingers crossed can take us to all of the titles this season.
makes a lot of sense. I like
Yeah.
that detailed analysis from you. And let's go over to one of the contenders for the Premier League Player of the Season, Declan Rice.
Deck.
What do you think about his contribution to the team so far and the goal which sealed the victory for your team? What are your thoughts around
Yeah,
Rice's
absolutely,
performance?
absolutely. Declan Rice has been fantastic all season. Everyone has been saying, this is going to be player of the year. His
Mm,
contributions are there for all to see. You can't see what Declan Rice is doing and not imagine that I don't imagine that he's the heartbeat of this team. Declan Rice is the soul of Arsenal. His presence
mhm.
automatically makes other teams just feel like they are not able to measure up. His energy, his ability to
Yeah.
press from the front, run back and make tackles. he just does everything so well, and
Mm.
that has allowed us to constantly compete, even in games where it looks like we're about to lose, or games where we're just playing rubbish. Just knowing that Declan Rice is still there. If he's not going to win that tackle, he's going to deliver a set piece
Yeah.
that's going to give us a goal. So today's game, Deck again was very fantastic. He was just around mopping up, just helping the team as always. Deck's role in the team is kind of a hybrid role. He can sometimes push up as an eight and help and be in front, or he can kind of just sit back and allow Zubimendi to go up top. And no matter where he is on the pitch, once he sights or he starts to sense danger, he's running. He would
Yeah.
run and then come and stop the ball. His goal today was very brilliant. It was a goal that I think I've seen him do it in training a few times, where he would just receive the ball outside the 18-yard box and just try to curve it in.
Yeah.
He's scored from outside the box this season, I think twice or thrice this season. So it was a very good game from him again. Overall, every time Deck plays, it's like a solid 8/10, 8.5. So I'm not surprised again.
He's been very consistent, but I was going to take you back on your comment around his stats being there for all to see. I was looking at something yesterday and I could see across all metrics, Casemiro actually beats Declan Rice for goals, tackles, and all of it. So do you think he's been the standout player for Arsenal this season?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Okay. And okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think if you look at his season, sorry, I was just push something out. So if you look at his season, you can see that he's been very he's very consistent. Like he seems to always be available, and that availability is something that you cannot even
you can't take it away. Same with Bruno Fernandes. Just having a player available it's something that we underlook.
We underlook, yes. Sorry, I was getting the focus. So I was calling him. That's why I tried to end that call. But my point is, he's always available, and availability is king. So
very important.
Just being available already helps the team. And you see where we are today. We're still in all competition. So we midfielders like Rice, if you're using goals and assists to kind of measure how he's playing, you won't really get. It's a very. It's not an even way. It's like look at Vitinha in PSG. If you come and say, oh, Casemiro probably has more goals and assists than Vitinha this season, but we say he's better than Vitinha. No, same with like Rice. Declan Rice does so much across the pitch that by the time you see his contribution, you'll be like, nah, let's just keep goals and assists aside and let's just focus on his overall play. He's just fantastic. His energy. Man, I can't even. I think should we win everything this season, he's gonna win all the individual awards.
Ballon d'Or, FIFA Player of the Year. Which one?
Look, if England should win the World Cup, or even get semi-final, and Arsenal have won Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup again, fingers crossed, and hopefully we can do it. I think he has a good shout to actually be.
Okay. Congratulations on the win. Arsenal actually did play very well today. Just wanted to get your thoughts around. You see Arsenal winning on all of the competitions they are in the season. The FA Cup, the Carabao final happening on Sunday, the Champions League, in which they're in the quarterfinals now, and then the Premier League where they are leading Man City by a significant points difference. What are your thoughts? Do you see Arsenal winning the quadruple? You're trying to be humble here.
Let me be humble and hope that the football gods will align and say Arsenal can win everything. We are taking it one game at a time. The next battle in front of us is Man City. If we beat Man City, win that Carabao Cup final, it will give us a lot of confidence, it will give us that momentum. It will really tell these players that, look, all the hard work that you've shown across the season from the beginning to now, you've seen this output, you've seen this title go on and continue. I'm hopeful Is it going to be difficult? Yes. When you're playing in 4 competitions, it will affect your performance. Like,
Of
it will
course, of
affect your
course.
fitness and your. And again, you have Man City still chasing us. Like, you say it's a big gap, but hey, it's Premier League. You never know. Man City out of Champions League, so they'll be having 1 week rest before they play Premier League matches. Meanwhile, we'll be playing Sporting Lisbon by the time the Premier League resumes. We're playing them
Yeah,
midweek before we play Premier League games. So these are times when we need no injuries. We need to look into our squad and dig deep and play everybody and rotate properly. And hopefully, we can win all 4 titles. Hopefully, again,
yeah.
fingers crossed.
I'm actually rooting for Arsenal to compete on all fronts and
Yeah.
end the season successful on all 4 competitions. Thank you so much. Congratulations to Arsenal. They're in the
Thank
quarterfinals of
you.
the Champions League. They're marching all the way to the end. Thank you so much for joining us today for this podcast. Please do not forget to put in your comments. We want to hear from you. What do you think
I want
about
to hear from
Arsenal's
you.
win? We want to hear, do you think they're going to win a quadruple? Do you think they're going to win Man City this Sunday in the Carabao Cup final? Do not forget to enter your
Hopefully.
comments. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest
Thank
of
you.
the evening. Thank
Take
you.
care, everybody.